Hi guys, I'm using this 2.5mm diameter brass wire to make a sculpture out of, and whilst it's not the easiest material to use because I'm brazing it rather than soft soldering it. I'm using a high temperature braze alloy, but I know that it will clean up and polish just like a brass instrument, which is the sort of look I want. I want to make a bunch of rings, circles, and like I say, I would like the rings to be perfectly round, and I'm trying to form these by hand. You can do it, and you can do it very well, but I've made myself a little bending jig to help. Now, this is not a precise tool. It's not a scientific instrument. It's simply 3 bits of angle iron that I've cut. I think that's probably 25mm angle iron, and I've put some bearings on there. I bought myself a bunch of ball race bearings. What I was going to do was I was going to grind a groove in these ball races to accept a wire, but in the end I decided, look, I've got a nice gap between these. I've put a washer in between. I've got 6 bearings on here, and I've put a washer between them so that it just gives me a guide. And then on here I've got this bolt, which determines the maximum opening, and then I've got this other bolt which simply locks it in position, and then by closing them up, putting the wire through, I can get this this nice circle. So I'll show you. I'm taking it out. I'll show you. What I will do is I'm going to cut some of this away so as I can clamp it in the vise without holding both pieces of metal. It's hinged just there. This one is locked solid, and this bolt is just locked so that it allows it to hinge, but it doesn't allow any flapping up and down. Okay, I've got the bender just held in the vise. I've got a relatively straight piece of wire there. What I'm going to do is feed it in. Okay, so once I've got it started, it should go relatively easily. I'm pushing and pulling. It's got a sharp end on it at the moment. So it's made a nice consistent bend there. So the next one I want to create, by the way, I've only just finished this, so you know, I have no experience with this. I made this loop last night, and I thought, oh, I'll make a video about this, because if I don't do it now, I never will do. Already I know that I shall extend these adjusting bolts out the side and make it so as I can clamp it in the vise easily without squeezing the two together. I'm using some old piano wire cutters that I've got, and this says PO, which was post office in England, PO 1974. So these cutters are 50 years old, and man, I've given them some abuse. I've done sort of farmyard fencing with this, cutting the wires, cutting springs and all sorts. Incredibly hard cutters. Okay, I've got a bit of wire here that I'm going to bend. Now I don't want it as tight a radius as the one that I just showed you, so I'm going to back this off, set that there. So I've just locked the position of those. Just going to put a little start on there. Oh, that's much too small, but I'll be consistent. So I think you can see that in principle that's going to work out quite well. I do need to make these more easily adjustable. Anyway, that's larger, I think. Sorry, a smaller diameter than I want. I wanted it somewhere about 100 millimeters. Oh, look at that! It's actually very close to 100 millimeters. Okay, that'll do me. I was going to cut the video there, but I've made a couple of changes which I said I would do. First of all, I've cut this this sort of slot out here, so it means I can clamp that in the vise there, and when I do, it's not squeezing the two together, so it makes it easier to adjust. And this bolt, which sets the how close the three rollers are together, I've extended it out so as I can get to it without having to reach underneath. And the same with this one, which is just a backstop that stops it from floating around. It also occurred to me that it'd be very convenient to have some sort of handle on here to turn this, and I was going to make up a nice piece of metal which fits over those bearings, and I have a handle, but I don't want to have to go to all that trouble at the moment. So for now I've just taken a 22mm copper T-piece, a plumber's T-piece. I've cut the ends off, brazed a nut on the top and just put that on there, but I'll show you the way it shapes up now. So now with that piece cut out, I can clamp that up nice and firm in the vise, and that bit still moves around. So just put a little start on the end. We'll make a smaller circle this time. Close that in a bit. Don't actually need this bolt that stops it going back. I could leave that off, but so hopefully you can see when that's joined. That would make a nice circle, and I particularly want to make nice circles. But anyway, I shall probably do something different with this again. I'll probably make something there and put a bearing in it and just put a crank handle on top. But the thing is, I've been able to make this out of junk that I've got to hand, and that's when I want a tool I want it now, so that's it, I've just made it. Anyway, Hope you found that a little bit interesting. Let me know if you did. Thanks for watching, guys. All the very best. Bye bye.